Hello everybody. Good evening. What's up with you guys? How are you all doing? Hi Atharv. Hello everybody. Good evening. All right. So this is the very last lecture of the CAT 2026 fundamentals, and today we are going to look at line graphs. Yes. Line graphs, just like any other chart in DI, on and off it has been asked. Yes. In most cases, what we've seen lately is it's not just pure chart and then you just find out the values and answer the questions. No, there's some or the other logic involved there, right? That's what we've been seeing for a very long time. So let's get this thing started. Hi Rahul. So in today's lecture, we are going to look at line graphs. I've just brought one set for you guys because you know how to get data from a line graph. It's just the other part of it that could get a little complicated, right? So what we are going to see today is an inter-level, a moderate level set, which can be done. It's an easy set. Let's see. So this is the set here. Where's the set? Yeah, here's the set. I'm going to give you some time to try and solve it, and then we are going to do it together, okay? Let's go, guys. So I'm giving you 10 minutes. Should be sufficient for you to answer the questions, and we can then start discussing it. Let's go. Right, I'll move the timer down below. You let me know if you want to see the questions, okay? Let's go. It's a very simple, very simple set. Hi Ashika, hi Varsha, hi Santosh. Shall I show you the questions? Here they are. Hi Preeti. Go back to the set. Yes, all definite questions. I'm going to go back to the questions now. Hi, Neeru. Hi, Arpit. Yes, yes, 16 and 17. Correct. 16 and 17. Yes. Last 2 odd minutes, guys. Let's go. No issues, Neeru. Last 1 minute, guys. Done? Yes, I think that's a personal choice if you want to make the table or not. Completely on you if you want to make the table or not. Let's see. So what's given to us is the line graph below shows the profit earned by two companies as a percentage of their annual expenditure. Okay, so profit as a percentage of expenditure. So technically what they're saying is profit percentage is nothing but the amount of profit over whatever was their expenditure into 100, correct? So to answer this, you have to be comfortable with profit and loss. So by profit and loss, automatically you have to be comfortable with percentages also, okay? Over a period of 6 years from 2015 till 2020. So we have all the data. Let's see, 2015, yellow is B, blue is A, okay? So here, this is 40, then this is 35, then this is 50, then this is 45, then this is 40, and then again 45. These are all percentage profits that company B had, and company A in 2015 it had a 35% profit, then 45% profit, then 35% profit, then 50% profit, then 30% profit, then 40% profit. Now I have a question for you. Can you tell me in which year did company A and B have same profits? Can you answer this? In which year did company A and B have the same profits? Hi Shrishti. Oh, there was no update, is it? I'm sorry, I think it also skipped my mind to share on the Telegram group. My bad. Yeah. Which year did they have the same profits, guys? None of the years? Are you saying none of the years? None of the years A and B had the same profit? Okay, hold that thought. Let me give you one more question. Which year did A have more profits than B? Or let's say how many years? Let's do that in fact. How many years? Yeah, not which year. How many years? Can you answer that? How many years did A have more profits than B? Can you at least answer that? How many years did A have more profits than B? Quick. Anybody? How many years did A have more profits than B? Sir, A having more profit would mean A is blue, B is yellow, so blue should be on the top, correct? This, no, A is lesser, so no. This, yes, 1 year. This, no. This, yes, 2 years. See, yellow had only 45, blue had 50. This, no. This, no. So can I say 2 years? Can I say 2 years is the answer? Is it correct? Is 2 years correct? Exactly, exactly. You cannot determine it. Why? Because every year, nowhere have they told about the relationship between A's expenditure and B's expenditure, correct? So when they say 40% of B's expenditure and 35% of A's expenditure, do we have any relation between A and B's expenditure? So when I say here, A had higher profits than B, is that correct? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. What if A's expenditure was only 100, or let's say 1000 rupees was the expenditure, and B's expenditure was 2000 rupees? What would be the profit in terms of rupees? Here it would be 450 rupees of profit, but here it would be how much? 700 rupees of profit. Which is more? Despite being only 35%, still this is more. So it all depends upon what? The expenditure. Unless and until they tell us something about the expenditure directly or indirectly, if they don't tell us the cost, the expenditure, the expenses, there's nothing we can interpret from it. It's just sheer values, that's it. So this, instead of giving it to us in a graph, they might as well could have given it to us in a table also, or just written on text itself that in 2015 A had 40% profit, 35% profit, and B had 40% profit. Like that, they could give us 6 statements and we'd still be satisfied with it. Is this graph actually adding any value to us? Nothing. This is just a more complicated way of just showing you 12 values. That's it. These 12 numbers are just shown to you in a pictographic way. That's it. Yes, nothing to do with the actual understanding of the profit. I can get nothing out of here. I cannot say that A's expenditure, A's profit was more than B, B's profit was more than A and B both had equal profits. Nothing. So here I cannot say none of the years. I cannot say none of the years A and B had same profits. No, the answer here also will be cannot be determined only. Because unless and until I actually get the whole value, I won't be able to understand that. Is that clear, guys? I hope that's okay, yeah? So I can say if, for example, here, this year, 2017, if I were to assume, say, the expenditure for A was 1000 rupees. Expenditure for A was 1000 rupees and expenditure for B here was 700 rupees. Are their profits equal? Yes. What's 50% of 700? 350 rupees. What's 35% of 1000? 350 rupees. So the profits can be equal, may not be equal, you can't say. So none in both of these questions you can't answer unless and until you have this element there, right? And honestly, nothing has been told to us about that element anywhere in the chart. So we know for sure that all the questions have to be somehow or the other hypothetical only. Here, this value, they are giving it to us here. So this is hypothetical. Again here, hypothetical. Again here, hypothetical. Again here, hypothetical. So there is nothing you can make in terms of bay. There is no bay that you can make at all. So the best thing we can do is maybe put all of this in a table and keep it and then answer the question as and when they are asked. Or even making a table is optional. In this kind of a question, making a table is optional. You don't really need to make a sit and make a table at all. Yes. Let's start with each of the questions now, okay? So we'll see what we can do with the questions. Let's go. The expenditure of B in 16 is 12 lakh and 17. So this is for 2017. I hope you all understood that. I missed out typing that. 2017 was 14.5 lakhs respectively. What was the total income of B in 16 and 17 together? Yes. So they're asking us what? They're asking us what? The total income. Now, although it's not told to us here, what total income is. What is total income? Total income is nothing but your revenue, correct? Yes. So what is revenue? Revenue is nothing but whatever was the cost, the expenses plus the profit. Am I right? Whatever was the expenses plus the profit. So in this case, for company B, they are saying that in 2016 it was 12 lakhs and in 2017 it was 14.5 lakhs. Okay, so this is what? This is the expenditure of company B that they have given it to us here. This is expenditure. Okay, do I know profit percentage? Of course I can get it from the table or from the chart directly also. 2016 company B had a 35% profit and 2017 it had a 50% profit. So what am I trying to do here? What are we trying to do here? We're trying to find out the revenue. How do I find the revenue? On the expenditure, if I actually increase the profit, whatever was the profit, if I increase it, if I add it off there, then my revenue is generated, correct? So revenue in case of B is what? This would be 35%. 35% is nothing but 35 upon 100. 35% is added to existing 100%. 35% added to 100%. Getting this? So this is also 100 by 100. In other words, this is 1.35 times. This is called multiplicative factor. Very important when it comes to percentage based questions. Yeah. So what I'm actually trying to do is just 1.35 times 12 lakhs plus 1.5 times 14.5 lakhs. End of story. That's it. I hope this is okay. Yeah. Clear, guys? Done. Now it's your choice. If you want to use the calculator, you can, or if you want to do it manually also, you can. You can actually find out. I'll tell you how to do it manually. 35% of 12 lakhs is basically 70% of 6 lakhs. Would you agree? Is this correct, guys? 35 by 100 of 12 is the same as 70 by 100 of 6. Are they the same? Yes, they are the same, because what I'm doing is I'm removing a 2 from here. I'm dividing this by 2. I'm multiplying this by 2, balancing it out. Yes. So what is 70% of 6 lakhs? 4.2 lakhs. Am I right? So I'm just adding 4.2 lakhs to this. This will become 16.2 lakhs plus again 14.5 is 50%. That's going to be how much? Half of 14.5, which is 7.25. That's 7.25 here. 7.25. This is going to give me 21.75. All I need to do now is just add them. So when I add them, what do I get? I get 37.95. Do I have 37.95 lakhs? Yes, I have. Option B done. Easy. I just need to add this, which is 37.95 lakhs precisely. Option B. Yes. Alternatively, you can always go jump to your calculator and say, hey, I'm not going to sit and do all these fancy stuff here. I'll just do it here itself. So I have 1.35 into 12, which is 16.2, and I have 1.5 times 14.5, which is 21.75. If I add them both, I get my answer, which is 37.95. Easy? Yes. Shall we try the next one now? Have a look at the second question, guys. Total expenditure of A in all the years together was 82.5 lakhs. A's total expenditure for all the years, 2015 till 2020, which is 2, 4, 6 years total, they're saying is 82.5 lakhs. They're asking what was the total income of the company in all the years together. Can you answer this one? Is there any way we can answer this? What they've given us is this, okay? So they've given us expenditure for the year 15 plus for the year 16, for the year 17, 18, 19 till 20. Yes, so 15 till 20 total expenditure they're saying is 82.5 lakhs. What they're asking from us is, on this is the total expenditure, correct? On this, what do I have to add? On this, I need to add the profit. So what is profit? In the first year, it was 35%. So that's 0.35 of expenditure of 15 plus, this was 45%, 0.45 of expenditure of the year 16 plus 35% of E17 plus 50% of E18 plus 30% of E19 plus 40% of E20. Is there any way we can find it? Nothing we can do to find it, right? At least if, imagine if all the years, all the 6 years, if the profit were equal, then we could have taken it out as common and then we could have done it, right? Is there any way we can find this total? No way at all. Because what is happening, even if you take these as variables, E15, 16, these are variables, imagine, you're trying to add some coefficient to that. You're saying that, sir, if x plus y is equal to some 10, for example, then they're asking how much would be 3x plus say 5y. Can you answer this? No. There's no other condition given. Nothing else is told to us. Is there any way to find it out? No, not possible at all. When they're asking you equation based question, but then they're trying to bring in different kind of coefficients, you can't. However, had they asked what is the value of 3x plus 3y, we could have found it out. How? 3x plus 3y would have been 3 into x plus y, which is nothing but 3 into 10, that's 30, correct? This is just an example I'm trying to give you. Here, is there any way possible? What's the answer? Cannot be determined. Clear, everybody? Done? Shall we move on? Let's try this one now. This is testing not just percentages but also ratios. Try. Correct. Skipped is the answer. Yes. Try this. Question 3D. Santosh is saying D. How about others? Question 3. Everybody saying D? Nice. What's the question? Ratio of expenditure of company A and B. Okay, so they've given us the ratio, not the actual value, the ratio of A and B to be 3:4. They're asking respective ratio of the income in 2019. Income, not profit, income. Okay. So this is expenditure. This is expenditure. What I'm going to do is, I don't like this number 3 and 4. I'll try and bring in a new variation to it. I'll say, hey, this is not 3 and 4. This is 300 and 400. Who's going to stop me from doing that? Nobody, right? Nobody is going to stop me from doing that. 3:4, 300:400, exactly the same only. Yes. And now I can bring up the profit. How much is the profit in each case, guys? In terms of A in 2019, A had a 30%, B had a 40%. So this is 30%, this is 40%. So profit in terms of rupees would have turned out to be what? 2 zeros and the percentage gets cancelled out. This is 90. 2 zeros and this percentage gets cancelled out. This is 160. Yes. But do we have 9:16 anywhere here? No, we don't. Do we have 9:16? We don't have it. Am I right? We don't have it, right? Yeah. So then what do? We still add it. You can always still add it. Because they're not asking 9:16, mind you. If you said your answer is 90:160, what this is the ratio of the profits. Are they asking profits? No, they're asking it for the incomes. Yes. So what would be the income? Expenditure plus profit, which is 390. Expenditure plus profit, which is 560. So the ratio of 390 and 560, that's nothing but 39 and 56. Got it? This is what? 39:56. Do we have 39 into 56? 39, you don't even have to think about, sir, what if it is 13:14? Relax, I'll tell you why. What is 39? 39, what are the factors of 39? 39 is 3 into 9, 13, correct? Prime factorizing. What's 56? 56 is 7 into 8. 8 is nothing but 2 cubes, so I'll just write it off as 8, doesn't really matter. Is there anything in common here? There's a 3 here, there's no 3 here, nor a number divisible by 3. There's a 13 here, both of these numbers are not divisible by 13. So this is the final ratio, which is option D, none of the above. Okay? Don't start panicking, don't start rushing to the answers. Stay consistent with your concept. Just because there's, let's say, if one of the options were 9:16, there is a high chance that some of you could have fallen into it. So be very careful, okay? Go to the next one. Try this. If the income of company B in 17 and 18, again ratio is given, respective ratio of expenditure of that company in those 2 years. This time they're playing with you, be very careful. This is a tricky question. There's no nota, no cannot be determined for it. So be very careful. Santosh is saying C. How about others? Varsha is also saying C. Let's see. So company B in 2017 and 2018, again they've given us the ratio, which is 2:3. Company B 17 and 18 had 50% and 45% profit, correct? 50% and 45% profit. Yes, so I can do, no, I can just do the same thing. I'll do the same thing. This is 200, this is 300. What's 50% of 200? 100. What's 45% of 300? 45 3 times, which is how much? 90 plus 45, 135. So the ratio is 100:135. This is correct. Why? Again, okay, this is just profit, sir. How can they be correct? We have to add this up. So add this up. This is 300. This is 435. Is this correct? Is this correct? Still not correct. Why? Why is this still not correct? Why is this still not correct, guys? Anybody? Because what are they given us? You have to be patient. What have they given us? They have given us the ratio not of the expenditure like the previous questions. No, what have they given us? They have given us the ratio of the income. So what we've done is we've made a big blunder here. Yes, we've made a big blunder here. We are trying to find the profit as a percentage of the income. Is that correct? No, it's not. It is not. Yes, be very careful around this. This is income. This is revenue. Revenue is 2:3. Profit is 50% and 45%. But what we need, what do we need? We need the ratio of their expenditures. This ratio they are asking. Yeah, so let's assume, let's say this is X, this is Y, okay? This is X, this is Y. what they're trying to tell us is, on X if I increase 50%, that is 1.5x. On Y if I increase 45%, which is 1.45 of Y, this ratio is the ratio of their incomes, which is 2:3. Getting this? I'm going to let go of these zeros because they're not even helping me here. Now my job is to find X and Y. My actual job is to find X and Y. Getting it? Not the actual values, just the ratio. So what will I do? How do I find X and Y? X by Y would be, I'll take this 1.5 down there, 1.45 up there. Yes. This will be 2 into 1.45 divided by 3 into 1.5. I hope you're getting this. So how much is this? What's 1.45 into 2 is how much? 2.9. 3 into 1.5 is how much? 4.5. This is the actual ratio. 2.9 is to 4.5, which is nothing but 29 is to 45. There's nothing common between 29 and 45 because 29 is a prime number and 45 is not divisible by 29. 29 is to 45, option C. Okay, be very careful, be very careful about reading the question carefully. You don't jump the gun, you don't rush when you're reading the question, because they will play with your mind like that. Yes, they know, they anticipate how normal aspirants, average aspirants, they rush into answering the questions and they'll play you for that. Don't fall for it. Okay, done? Cool, guys. So I hope you guys had a good time trying to solve this. I know this was on the easier side. This was not very complicated, but yes, there are a few small things, a few small approaches, a few small nuances that you have to get comfortable with that. Okay. So with this, we are done with our fundamental series. Yes. Mind you, all the free additional material is available on the app. You can go search CAT Fundamentals 2026 on the app and then enroll yourselves there. It's a free batch. You'll get the notes and DPP here. Cool? Perfect. So with this, we are done with today's session and with the series. Don't forget to join this Telegram group. Varsha, it is actually a PYQ. It is actually a PYQ, but this is old PYQ when they never used to give you calculators. Yes, this is before 2014, because after 2014 only they started giving you calculator. Before that, there was no calculator. So for a lot of people, this in itself was at least a 60, 70, 80% confidence level set. Now, with the help of a calculator, this is hardly, 10%, right? But back then, it used to be a moderate and above moderate difficulty level set, because there was no calculator and it used to be a pen paper test, right? So that was complicated back then. Done? Clear? Yeah, right, Atharv. Sir, how to clear backlogs in LRDI? What exactly do you mean backlogs, Varsha? You've missed out on some lectures? So you basically know what you missed out on, right? So let's say, imagine you're following a show, you're watching a show, okay? You're watching a show that releases every Thursday 9 p.m. for example. One episode every Thursday 9 p.m. they are releasing, okay? Now, for some reason, for 3 Thursdays, you were not able to watch that. Will you sit and start watching the 4th episode from the 4th Thursday? No, right? You will try to cover the previous ones and then do it. Same logic. Because then if you suddenly appear in the 4th episode of a show, you will not be able to understand who's this character, why is he, trying to talk to them or doing whatever. Yes, so try and understand this, that if you missed out on some lectures, consider this as binge watching. You binge watch it, but you make sure you understand it, right? You're not watching it just for the sake of it. You're watching it so that you can understand what is being taught there, okay? Or alternate, Varsha, for you, an alternative would be that you can look, if you're from a pro batch, then you can join the next upcoming batch. You can do those lectures in the next upcoming batch. That's another option that you have, okay? Done? Which batch have you joined, Varsha? You've taken the pro subscription. If you have taken the pro subscription, then you can follow the Pioneer English batch also. Pioneer English, we've started just yesterday. Yesterday only I took my first lecture in Pioneer English. So you can join those also. Okay. Done, folks. All right, so I hope you guys understood what was told today and in the entire fundamental series. This will help you strengthen your basics for your DI and also a little bit of LR. Okay, see you next. Until then, keep learning, keep practicing, guys. Cheers, everybody. Tata.